Hey YouTubers, welcome to Bikini Nation. Oh my god, we just witnessed history. We have crowned a new Bikini Olympia champion. Apologies I couldn't get you out more polished content. I was up until 5:30 AM Australian time and up again at 9 AM editing videos. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, it will mean the absolute world to me. It will help me get more videos and better quality out to you guys. Jennifer Dorie has just won Olympia, her first time ever. We know she was second last year, we know she took out Arnold this year, but she did it. She's taken home the crown. So to round out the top 5, we have 1. Jennifer Dorie, 2. Lauralie Chapados, 3. Ashley Kaltwasser, 4. Maureen Blanquisco. In number 5 we have Elisa Pecini. So the official top 10 is not out yet, but we do know the top 10 will include Dorie, Lauren Denon-Miller, Romina Vaswaldo, Lucia Malzaves, and Jennifer Ronziti. Guys, I cannot stress to you enough how close it was between Jen, Lauralie, and Ashley. There was literally nothing in it. They all brought something slightly different, but equally fantastic, and it was so fantastic to watch. What an amazing achievement for everyone that attended today. It was absolutely incredible to watch. Guys, who do you think is going to be crowned the Bikini Olympia champion next year? Drop a comment down below. I've also dropped the final 10 routines and awards for you guys to watch. I hope you enjoy.
Please welcome your first finalist from the USA, Romina Vaswaldo.
All right. Romina Vaswaldo, the first Argentinian bikini fitness pro to get her pro card. She is so proud to represent her country. We see her all over the state of Florida nationally. She worked so hard to qualify this year, as they all did, and she took first finally at the New York Pro. 3 other top 5s, including top 5 at the Arnold this year. And I am rejoined by the lovely Robin Maher.
Hi there. Yeah, Romina is a prolific athlete. We've seen her many times at the Olympia. This is her 4th appearance here at the 2021 Olympia. She has a signature, tiny waist that we love to see in the bikini division. Her shoulders have great development. So great, symmetry and proportion is what the judges are looking for in the bikini division. She's gonna, give a beautiful stage presentation here as these ladies go through their posing. They're trying to highlight those muscle groups that should be developed in the bikini division, and it's always this fine balance of muscle conditioning, again, the fullness without being overpowering. No muscle group should be
without any muscularity to speak of, striations.
Exactly.
Romina.
It's more fullness in the glutes versus striations.
Welcome from Norway, Maureen Blanquisco.
All right. Maureen won Janet Liu's pro show, her inaugural showdown at the Battle of the Bodies. It was such a blast. I emceed that one. I got to see her win her show this year. She also took second in Chicago Pro. She really stood out at the show.
She does. I mean, that happened this morning. I think there might have been some people that were, not expecting her to be included in that top call-out, and she really did. She held it strong. She clearly came to win here today, and she stood out. And
now, what is it when you look at your expertise, when you look at her physique, that really separates her from the next 5 at the other 20?
Well, so again, this fullness that we're seeing in the glutes without the striations, like you mentioned, it's really a fine balance to come in lean enough to show the muscle definition that the judges are looking for without having, those striations or looking too hard for the bikini division. So it's a tricky situation. You really have to play with your diet, with your, how hydrated you are, your water, tight abs, but without being blocky. We don't really want to see a six-pack. Her hard abs in this division. She's got gorgeous full shoulders. I think she'll place well today.
From Canada, Lauralie Chapados.
Okay, now Lauralie has actually taken a second at the Olympia, so she's been there in that runner-up spot, a 4th and a 5th, and this year she had 2 wins.
She has, yeah. She's she's no stranger to, placing top here at the Olympia. She's really worked on making changes to her physique, been quite the subject of social media this past year as her glutes gained a nickname of the wagon. Very full glutes. And I think that's been a little bit of a challenge for her to figure out, how full to bring in those glutes, how to show that balance.
I got to ask your expertise again. She's from Canada, is she not?
Right.
I think she's training in Vegas.
She's resided in the U.S. for a few years now. Yeah, so...
I think she may be training out in Vegas at Jay's place.
Oh, is she? I'm not sure about that, actually, but... yeah, this year, she clearly just came off of the Arnold with a 3rd place.
And that was a great show, and that really set the stage for this year's Olympia.
It did. Usually we see a trend there, whoever places at the top of the Arnold is typically going to show us kind of the look, that we're striving to gain there in bikini, and who's going to place at the top.
Thank you, Lauralie. Please welcome from the USA, Lauren Miller.
Now, she's really been climbing the ranks the last 3 years.
Maureen does well, yeah. She really seems like she always places near the top from what I've seen, so I'm not really surprised to see her here at the Olympia. This is her first Olympia appearance, however, so it'll be very interesting to see where she falls among this top 10 on stage. Now, again, as we're, seeing her move through her poses here, we're going to be looking for the fullness in the shoulders, that tight waist. She's got great conditioning, on the backside. They say shows her one from the back, right? And
at this level, there are so few things to go after as a judge to say she's missing this or she's not tight enough here. It's very
level of details, right? And in the bikini division, we can sometimes get the feedback, work on your upper glutes, or maybe it's that, lower glute, this ham tie-in that you always hear about.
Glute ham tie-in.
Yeah, right. And again, as you're working to develop those things, then sometimes your quads decide to take over, and then you're told, okay, your legs are too muscular. So it's really a lot trickier than some people realize to see the lines that we're seeing here, on her leg, and seeing that glute development, but yet
the shoulders without the muscularity.
Right, not too muscular. They say that they don't want them to be, hard caps, but you see some definition there.
Please welcome your next competitor
Hint of
from
softness.
Canada, Jennifer Dorie.
Okay, that vacant spot of Janet Leuk's, Jennifer Dorie, has already laid claim to it at the press conference.
We got some good action happening there at the press conference. I think when Bikini was up there, that was an exciting press conference.
She was the number 2 in 2020 at the Olympia.
She was.
Both of her shows this year she won, including 2 weeks ago.
At the Arnold.
At the Arnold, no, they call it the Bikini International, I believe.
Yes, right. It's Bikini International.
The only Arnold Classic is the bodybuilding, and everything else is an international.
Exactly. That's right. So, again, as I mentioned before, typically how we see people placing at the Arnold is going to give us an indication of what we're looking for at the Olympia and what they're kind of saying, this is what we want to see in the bikini division. So I feel like, Jennifer came in here at the Olympia looking very similar to what she brought there. I think there was a little bit of tightening up. And she finished in the middle of the stage this morning, so it's definitely looking like top 3 for Jennifer, so we can't wait to see.
She reminds me, and you'll remember this, a couple of years ago when Elisa Pecini won, who we haven't seen yet tonight.
Right.
She reminds me of how Elisa looked the year she won.
Right, yes. See, we're seeing these nice full shoulders, tiny little waist. She's got that fullness in the glutes, but yet not hard or striated. Jennifer looks really, really balanced and proportionate.
From the USA, Dorie Hill.
All right. DayRae.
It's actually DayRae.
DayRae.
Yeah, gorgeous girl. Now, really interesting story with her. She won her pro card at the North Americans, and these North Americans won the overall. 2 weeks later, took first at her pro debut.
Wow.
Talk about coming in hot.
Now,
right?
you know from your time in the industry and as a promoter, getting recognized when you're a new pro.
Yeah,
is
that takes some time normally.
It takes some time.
Yeah.
So you had to look really good in your pro debut to win your first show.
Yeah, she obviously blew away the competition. She took first at the 2019 Hurricane Pro, first at the Powerhouse Classic Pro, and actually beat some of the top pros we're seeing on this stage today. So, you know, she came in, like I said, and really made some noise there. And then this year she won the 2021 Republic of Texas first place, then took second at Tampa. And Janet's show, the battle, you said you were there, right?
I was the MC for that one, the Janet Leo Pro, and her Battle of the Body show, the NPC Battle of the Bodies. She looked amazing.
Yeah. So I did have a chance to talk with her coach, Paul, yesterday, and I asked, you know, what feedback has she been told? You know, what was there anything you guys were working on? So
is there?
He did. He said specifically they worked on the upper glutes. And so, you know, sometimes those little details are what they're working on in
your
bikini.
next competitor from the USA.
Clearly, she made some great improvements.
Three-time Bikini Olympia champion, Ashley Kaltwasser.
Right, so we've got our champ, who has a, 29 pro wins? Ashley has on the books?
She would actually break, if she won tonight, she would break the record held by Dexter Jackson.
Exactly. That's some good company to be in.
It is. Now, I have emceed many a show that I look down at the roster of pros and I think, well, Ashley's here to pick up the check.
Yeah. Gonna have to turn a couple pages as we look through. I mean, winningest athlete. She's taken the title a number of times. This is her 6th Olympia appearance, so Ashley's no stranger to this stage. She recently took 4.
Her last time holding this title was 2015.
Yes, been a couple years, right?
But that's very impressive to keep hacking away.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, her history is quite distinguished, and as we saw this morning, she was in that top 3, you know, that call out next to Jennifer, Dorie, and Lauralie. So we should see where she ends up tonight. It'll be very interesting. I mean, she always comes in condition. I mean, Ashley always brings a great physique.
Please welcome from the USA, Lucia.
So this is her 2nd Olympia appearance, Lucia. So she this year has competed at the 2021 Powerhouse Classic. She was at Janet's show, in fact, as well.
She was.
And she looked great this morning. And she was compared in the call-up next to Romina, Miller, Lucia. So we should see where she places tonight. I mean, she has really great full glutes. Again, the tight waist like we always look for. She's very conditioned this morning on the stage. That's what really stood out to me as we're seeing right now on the screen. I mean, she's got some definition there on the back side. We see like beautiful rear delts, beautiful posing. I mean, really the posing.
I was just gonna say, that is so crucial to this division.
It really is.
The presentation. And she really nailed that.
It really is, yeah. There was some discussion among the crowd this morning. We were talking about that and saying, you know,
your next competitor from Brazil, former Olympia champion, Elisa Pecini.
As I'm sure we'll see here with Isa, you know, you really have to practice as with, you know, our open men's bodybuilders, what, you know, the things you want to highlight and your best features. We're doing the same thing in bikini. It's obviously just a more, you know, graceful, you know, motions. You're not flexing hard as like an open men's bodybuilder would be, but you are, you know, vacuuming your abs as you walk. I mean, you are lifting your chest up tall so that those, you know, your lats might come out a little bit. They don't want us to flare our lats in bikini. They saw a lot of that this year, and we've been specifically told not to do that. But, you know, even the way you're holding your shoulders, you know, you typically would be, you know, pulling your scapula together at the back to really lift your chest up and tighten things up. So it looks like someone's just walking across the stage, right, with this beautiful physique. But they really are flexing things and obviously standing at particular angles to make things, you know, show the fullness.
Such a skill.
It really is. It looks way easier
now,
than it is.
I don't know if you remember the last 2 years for her.
Yes.
I don't know that she's changed. She looks just as good as she did the year she won. She looks like last year when she was 6th. So I wonder.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to politely disagree.
No, you do. That's why you're here.
She placed 6th last year. I don't think it was her best physique. I think she probably, agree with that. I think it was a fair placing last year. So she's definitely coming a better version of Lisa this year.
Excellent.
She really does.
Sean corrects me the entire show. So
Mike, I love you too, but let me disagree. Yeah, you were testing me, right? That was just a test.
I was. I'd like to say that.
So Jen Ronziti, I mean, no stranger to the stage. This is her 6th Olympia appearance. Pretty much every year, I think, since she won her pro card, maybe except accepting 1 year she's been up on this stage. So,
and she's been as high as second, which is, it shows that she's capable of getting up there.
oh, for sure. Yeah, that was 2017 she placed second. So I'm sure she's chasing that placing again. I'm sure she's ready to get back in that top three. This morning we saw her, I think I mentioned, compared with Romina and Lauren Denham-Miller. And for those who aren't aware, that's typically based on your conditioning. They're usually going to group together physiques that show similarities, that show the same type of, leanness and conditioning and muscle fullness. So it'll be interesting to see where she ends up tonight. But
very well
good for her, making it to the Olympia stage again.
Well, we're going to get to our
All right,
top
folks,
5.
judges have broken it down into our
We're
top
going to give you
5
some
for
awards.
awards. If I can have on stage, please.
Here we go.
In numerical order, Maureen, Blanquisco, Lauralie, Chapados, Jennifer Dorie, Ashley Kaltwasser, and Elisa Pecini.
This is tough. This is a stacked lineup. Is that what you had? Look
I
at your
have to
notes.
say, this is my top 5. I'm kind of proud of myself
Nice
right
job,
now. I do have my
judge.
numbers here, so you'll be able to see if I was
Judges' scores
right.
are in. Our presenters
I judge.
are ready.
I judge regionally and nationally, so hopefully I know what I'm talking about. But
It looks like you do.
I mean, every one of these
Presenting
gorgeous
the 5th place
women
award,
could take it.
representing Earthmain, IFBB Pro, Monsieur Rishna Ayala.
Now,
Yeah,
Eureka
Richard.
kind of a shock in wellness today. I think she was 4th.
Yeah.
Please
I
take
kind
the
of thought
5th
she'd be
place
third or
award, a
fourth.
check for $4,000 to our 5th place finisher,
Hey, who's it gonna be?
Elisa Pecini.
Oh,
Tim's looking at my number 5
And
that I
I
have on my notes right now.
super impressed. Yeah, I thought
She-
Eureka would do higher
she
this year,
looked
but yeah.
beautiful. I mean, Isa looked beautiful. She, like I said, she definitely came in better than last year. She deserves to be right in that top of that class. Gorgeous Isa.
She's been training here in Orlando, so I've gotten to follow on social media.
Good. Love her story about overcoming, an eating disorder when she was younger. She shares it on her social media. Just always love to see someone triumph over something like that, right? It's very
Presenting
inspiring.
the 4th place award,
Oh, wait, let me look at your notes. We're not going to say it. Okay. Not going to tell
and
you,
please
crowd.
welcome to the stage the founder, Mr. Aaron Singerman.
One of our sponsors this weekend,
Please
doing
take the 4th
Olympia
place
Weekend
award,
logo.
a check for
Got his son there with him.
$5,000
Oh, that's
to
adorable.
our 4th place finisher, Maureen Blanquisco.
Nice job.
Thank you.
You had that.
I did have that.
Congratulations to Maureen.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, she looks gorgeous. I'll be excited to see her where she goes the next year. Blanquisco. So that was her second Olympia appearance, and you're in the top 5. I mean, not bad. Not bad.
at all.
Very
All right.
impressive.
Now that 3rd place last year was Angelica Teixeira, and she's having a baby.
That gorgeous girl having a
Yes.
baby. She's such an amazing mama. So happy for Angelica. I know we really missed her on stage this year.
Presenting the 3rd place award, representing
Okay.
Yamamoto, IFBB Pro, Miss Sylvia Mata.
I mean, it could go to any one of these girls, but for sure, like I mentioned, this was our top 3 that we saw come
Sylvia,
here
please
this
take
morning.
the 3rd place award, the Olympia Bronze Medal, the check for $10,000 to our 3rd place finisher, Ashley Kaltwasser.
Oh,
Go for it, Ashley. Good for
that
her.
is a bit of a surprise, though.
Yeah, I mean, Ashley's won the Olympia 3 times. I really honestly was surprised as they compared the 3 of them this morning. I don't think of them as similar physiques at all. But once you saw them next to each other, again, like I mentioned, they grouped these ladies together, and all athletes that we're watching, no matter what division, according to their conditioning and their shape, and looking for the signature traits, obviously, of
All
each
right,
division.
here we go in Olympian tradition. Ladies, if you
Let's
would
go
take the
stress these
center
ladies
spot,
out. Put them in the
please.
center stage.
Oh wow!
Bob loves this.
Of course we love it. We all love it. It's suspense. We love the suspense. So So again, we'll mention if anybody is just joining us, you know, Jennifer won the Arnold.
And our presenters on stage presenting the second place award, the $20,000 check. Our Wings of Strength VP, Miss Alex Sacasa. Presenting our first place award, representing Trifecta, Dan Solomon, Tyler Mannion, Liz Connolly. Your 2020 Bikini Olympia champion, Miss Janet Leyu.
So we had Isa in second at the Arnold and
ladies
Lauralie
and gentlemen,
third. So now we've got your 1 and 2.
We have a tie.
No.
That's right, at the Expo today, somebody dropped a tie on the floor.
Oh, Bob.
Anybody wants to come up and claim it, I'll have it up here at the podium.
Yeah, we would not have a tie.
Here we go. Please take the first place award, the Olympia gold medal, the check for $50,000, and the title of 2021 Bikini Olympia champion to our winner. And new Bikini champion.
Come on, they're both new. We're dying, Bob.
Jennifer Dorie.
There we go.
There we go. Good for her.
Congratulations to
Well
both these
deserved.
great champions. They could be only one. This is a tight group.
Wow. I mean, what a reward for